name is Dr. Chadwick, most commonly known for my discovery of the neutron in 1932. Today I'm here to present you with information regarding one scary topic, your everyday microwave. Now, I'm not talking about just your microwave in specific, but I'm talking about a microwave on the electromagnetic spectrum. But in reality, they are very closely related in terms of risk.
Microwaves, an energy wave that is relatively low in the energy spectrum, are a commodity in our modern society. They are used very casually. The most popular use would be, as mentioned, a microwave appliance. Although they are safe appliances and relatively safe waves in general, high doses of microwave radiation can still be harmful, and despite not being the highest energy wave on the spectrum, they should not be taken lightly. Humans should understand the long-term effects of high exposure and the problems it could cause them if they were in contact. In response to radiation in general, the body will be affected depending on certain circumstances, the amount of radiation exposed to, the type of radiation, and the specific location on the body that was affected. According to the Atomic Archive, sponsored by AJ Software and Multimedia, your body's main concern is the amount of radiation exposed to. The biological way this is determined is the amount of energy or radiation per grams of tissue indicates the amount of rads absorbed by the body. REMs are another unit that are basically the amount of rads entering the body multiplied by a radiation constant, representing the amount of harm depending on the type of radiation. Some of the most common forms of radiation damage include the loss of hair due to about 200 REMs, brain damage at 5,000 REMs, and blood damage at 100 REMs. The blood damage referred to is actually considered mild radiation sickness. The sickness affects energy levels and tolerance to diseases and other bacteria. Thankfully, microwave radiation isn't proven to cause any of these effects, leaving the harm to gamma radiation and X-ray radiation. In a New York Times article, William Yardley discusses the life of Eleanor Adair, a scientist who dedicated her life to the further advancement of radiation knowledge, particularly microwave radiation. Adair spent years exposing monkeys and herself to microwave radiation and running tests, and before she died at the age of 86, her work concluded that it did not have harmful effects on humans. She even said that all the emphasis that we need more research on power line fields, cell phones, police radar, this involves billions of dollars that could be much better spent on other health problems, because there really is nothing here. Although Adair's work was conclusive regarding the aspects of heat and thermal energies released in a microwave, many other researchers were not willing to so easily dismiss other health concerns regarding microwaves themselves. She did human tests at this point, starting with herself, that placed the person in the middle of a machine that would expose them to high levels of microwave radiation for 45 minutes. She concluded that there was no harm. In fact, in the colder time periods, the machine was actually enjoyable. According to our government-run Food and Drug Administration website, microwave ovens are safe as of our current understanding of microwave oven radiation, except they don't acknowledge the dangers of high levels of exposure. Contradicting Adair's work, the FDA claims that microwave ovens can cause cataracts with their sudden heat in relationship with eye sensitivity. In addition, sperm can easily be killed by microwave rays, only causing temporary sterility. The FDA also concludes that these effects will not be a problem with our standard radiation produced from a microwave oven. Anahad O'Connor from the New York Times Health agrees with the FDA statement, concluding that from the amount of radiation actually released by the oven, proximity to it cannot harm a human over the course of a lifetime. Despite the majority agreement on microwaves being completely harmless, still others find data indicating the opposite. Richard Stossel's article from the Center for Research and Globalization claims that microwave radiation is not the harmless energy wave that is built up to be. In a 9-day experiment, filtered water was given to plants in 2 different portions. One was microwaved and cooled water, while the other was boiled over a stove and cooled. The stove-boiled water seemed not to affect the plant growth, while the microwaved water caused the alternative plant to die in days. On a larger scale, microwave ovens heat the surface of food very quickly, not only destroying some of the nutrients, but burning the food and leaving the risk of carcinogenic substances being created. Carcinogenic substances are defined as a substance that have the potential to cause cancer. The Environmental Protection Agency, otherwise known as the EPA, a sector of the United States government, released an article defining the risks of radiation and the necessary precautions they take in order to protect you and your family. They started by pointing out that they limit the amount of exposure humans can receive from everyday appliances and scientific machinery to a level that is below an amount that can cause even acute health risks to a human being. They also state that this is not involving various extra encounters, such as an X-ray from the doctor's office. The article explains how stochastic health problems are caused by long-term exposure to radiation, and non-stochastic health problems stem from a short-term exposure to high radiation. Cancer is a common form of stochastic health problems, while nausea and radiation sickness is a form of non-stochastic. The EPA is confident that microwave radiation is too low energy to be able to cause any of these health concerns, at least from any amount of time near a microwave oven or any other standard appliance that may emit energy waves.
Microwave radiation is one of the most common forms of radiation that can be found in close proximity to the standard human living conditions. Data concludes that the microwave radiation is safe coming from any and all home appliances for any amount of given time. Humans should still understand that high exposure to this radiation will still cause health risks, although they would have quite a hard time finding a location where they'd be prone to high radiation exposure, especially with the government-run EPA monitoring radiation levels.